Hi, everyone. Happy Sleep Tip Tuesday. Especially want to welcome all of the new members to the group. Please feel free to let me know if you have any questions about your sleep or if you want to set up a time to chat. I am here for you. So, in case you don't know, I like to talk about things that you aren't hearing anywhere else that cause sleep problems, that cause insomnia. And I mean insomnia as not a diagnosable insomnia, but just as a hard time falling asleep, waking up in the night, waking up too early, and not feeling rested in the morning after you sleep. So, any kind of trouble sleeping is what I'm calling insomnia. And so I talk a lot about these physical reasons, these things going on in your body that cause insomnia. And usually it has to do with cortisol. So when your body releases cortisol at night when it shouldn't, it suppresses melatonin, it wakes you up, it makes your thoughts race, it makes you feel wired even though you're tired. And so cortisol for many people I work with is the big reason why they're waking up at night. Now, of course, the key is finding out why your body's releasing cortisol. So there are many reasons why that could be happening. But what I want to talk about today is how food sensitivities can affect your sleep. So if you are eating foods that your body doesn't like, it causes a lot of inflammation in your body. And cortisol is an anti-inflammatory hormone, and so it comes to the rescue to deal with that inflammation. But obviously, as I said already, when that happens at night, it's going to wake you up. So this is why looking at food sensitivities is one piece of the puzzle that I look at to find out why people can't sleep. So also looking at food sensitivities shows me the health of your gut. So the more foods you're reacting to, the more foods your body doesn't like, the more unhealthy your gut is. So it gives me a really good picture of what's going on in your gut. And by sensitivity, I don't mean allergy, like when you hear about kids who are allergic to peanuts and go into anaphylactic shock and can die from eating that food. Sensitivities are a lot more subtle. They're hard to tell. A lot of times the effects are delayed a few days. So, say eating gluten a few days before could affect your sleep a few days later, or could make you feel really tired a few days later, or upset your digestive system a few days later. So, because they're more delayed and a lot more subtle, they can be really hard to detect. Now, most people, or many people, are sensitive to what we call the big five foods. So gluten, dairy, eggs, soy, and corn. Those are some of the big ones. But you can also be sensitive to foods that we think are healthy, like nuts or spinach or salmon, for example. So it's going to be different for everyone what foods they're sensitive to. Now, I don't tell people when they have food sensitivities that they need to avoid these foods forever. The idea is to find out what they're sensitive to right now and eliminate those foods temporarily while we also work on rebuilding gut health so that then you aren't sensitive to as many foods in the future and you can eat most foods. Now, there are two ways to find out what foods you're sensitive to. One is to do what's called an elimination diet. So you eliminate those big five foods for about a month, and then you reintroduce them one at a time every few days to see how your body reacts. Now, as I already said, it can be hard to connect reactions to foods, so that makes it tricky. Also, this is really hard to stick to. I know that after a month of eliminating foods like that, I'm like ready to eat anything. And so I've never been very successful with this elimination diet myself. And the other thing is that you're only looking at those big five foods. And so if you have, like some people have like 25 different food sensitivities. And so there's no way you're going to be able to tell what all of those are by only eliminating five. And you may not feel better eliminating five when you still have 20 more foods that you're reacting to. So that's why I like to do a food sensitivity test. And this looks at 140 different foods and chemicals to show what your body isn't liking. And so then we know immediately what to eliminate and again, temporarily, while we work on rebuilding your health. So, food sensitivities are a big piece of this puzzle for some people more than others. I also look at anything that could be causing your sleep issues. So, I'm looking at your hormones, I'm looking at your gut, I'm looking at your diet, not just food sensitivities, but your macronutrient balance of fat, protein, and carbohydrates. And I'm looking at your mineral status and putting all of those together to find all the different things that are keeping your body out of balance and causing your body to be stressed and release cortisol at night. So I hope this helps explain one thing that can be causing your insomnia and what you can do about it. Definitely get in touch with me if you want to learn more and you're interested in doing labs to find out what could be causing your insomnia. I'd love to chat with you. Either way, I will see you in the group. Thanks for listening.